So this is another project for you, and I have 24 examples to show you of something that I call landscape pendant. This is the one that I made for my wife as a birthday present, and I really got into it. It took me about 5 hours to make that. Here's a very simple one made out of wire, and the sun is represented with a piece of brass, and the outside circle is silver. This little birdhouse reflects on nature. It has two birds, one hanging, and the little house is constructed out of sheet metal. Here's a very simple one that uses layers of metal and textures, which are very important for bushes or for the background, and maybe a brass sun. Here again is a little box with a brass sun in the background and a little bird cut out and something that represents a forest and mountains. A circular one with a tree in the front, a tree in the back, and a little green stone on the bottom in a bezel set on it. Here's a very funny one with a little figure, a little man's head, and a bird on his shoulder, and then there's a big piece of quartz stone soldered to the bottom. This little box has little squiggles in it and a setting for a gemstone. So it can be very, very different, every one of these. Here's a dog made out of flat layers of metal inside an oval silver frame with a bezel. And this bird it's actually a box with 4 rivets, blackened in, oxidized inside, and cut out very skillfully with a scroll saw, with a jewelry saw. Here's another one, very eclectic and incredible, and has a lot of stones in it. Look at this simple bird with a stone with a bezel around it for a wing and sitting on a branch that's cut out through the first layer. So you're getting an idea. These all deal with nature, and they are box-like, and they have a bail on top. The bail you can see, the chain goes through that. Look at this owl with the dish eyes and the little dots and the textured owl, and look at what they did to do his feet and the branch. Here's a little moon man, and that's a moonstone with a bezel around it, and the man is constructed out of rods of metal. You're going to do this and have a lot of fun with it, and I suggest you start designing this in your sketchbook, and take your time figuring out the layers for it. It's going to be a present for somebody, so take your time. This tree is beautiful with rivets all around it and a butterfly cut out of one sheet of metal with a background on it. This is classical, a landscape pendant with a dome sun made out of brass and a tree in the foreground. And this is multiple layers of metal all pierced with a saw. So you can have a lot of fun with this. I particularly like these pine trees all lined up in different sizes. Very skillful cutting with a jewelry saw, soldered inside a rounded square frame. So this is another idea. This is a third project I'm offering you. And again, the advanced kids can do this. So if they want to try this, come up with a very beautiful recipe. Don't forget you're going to give this to somebody you love as a present. So have fun with this, and let's see what kind of ideas you generate for this third project.